Hi there, thanks for checking out the video today. This is our first time cooking a brisket. We had a good time and it tastes really good.
Just a disclaimer, we don't know everything about cooking or grilling, and we just do this for fun. We hope that you enjoy and learn along with us. Hey guys, John and Emily Lloyd here. We've got a beef brisket from Food Lion that costed us $8.14. This is part of the flat of the brisket.
The flat is the leaner cut of the meat. It is usually joined by the point in what is called a full brisket or a packer brisket. And this is just a little piece of it. Should be a pretty quick cook, only a few hours depending on how warm the cooker gets. And we're gonna be cooking it on the Weber Smoky Mountain. This is my cooker out here. It's an 18-inch Weber Smoky Mountain. Picked it up on Facebook Marketplace for $70. What we're going to be using to cook the brisket today. So first we're going to start getting our fire started. Take the smoker apart. Comes apart into 3 sections. Got a couple of pieces of maple here. As you can see, we have a large stack in the backyard over here. So got a pretty good built-in supply of wood. We're just going to take these, put them in the bottom here. A little bit left over in this bag, just gonna dump that in. That's in. We will fill up 1 standard Weber chimney full of charcoal using Royal Oak briquettes, by the way. Once you've got that filled up, dump it in. What we do is we make a little indentation in the center. I'm going to fire up approximately 20 or so briquettes in this little chimney right here. You could also take a large chimney, turn it upside down, fill up the bottom, put a little starter brick in there, and then fill up that much. So I've got my small chimney full of briquettes, unlit. Today I'm just using the standard Weber fire starter wax cubes. Got my beautiful little ceramic plate here, basically a bottom to a flower pot. I just use that to protect my table. We're gonna light this up. Wait about 15-20 minutes and we will have a chimney full of fully lit briquettes. All right, so we've got our charcoal fully lit. I'm gonna take these, we've got this indentation right here. I'm just gonna fill in right in the middle. What we're doing today is something called the minion method, which essentially means that the lit coals are slowly over time going to light the other coals to maintain low temperatures for a long cook. I've buried the wood inside the coals so that they burn more slowly and smolder over time. Now, take our grates out. We need to fill up our water pan. The Weber Smoky Mountain uses a water pan to help maintain temperatures and maintain moisture inside the cooking chamber. Got that water pan filled up about 3/4 of the way full. So I've got my top back on, my grates back in, and I've got every vent opened up all the way to let the fire get going and build some heat inside of the cooker.
Alright, so I am the side girl, and I am gonna put some beans in a, I think this is a 8x8 or 9x9 pan. Here I've got some Bush's grilling beans. They're honey chipotle. They were on sale 2 for $4, so just went with it. And I'm just gonna pour them in the pan, and what's gonna happen is the drippings from the brisket will go down into this pan on the grill. So it should be pretty tasty. So literally just put them in the pan, put them under the brisket, and we'll show you when we do that.
So the cooker has gotten up to a little over 200 degrees. So this is the point where we're gonna start closing down vents. We're gonna take a pencil, and we wanna get these up to about a pencil width. And that should get us pretty close to 225 to 250 range for cooking. So we're gonna do that to all 3 vents all the way around. All right, so now we're gonna do our brisket rub. Just gonna have a couple simple things here. We're doing Texas style, so we got pepper and we got salt. We're gonna do about, by weight, 1 part each. So as you can see, I've already got a little bit of pepper in here. I'm gonna put a little bit more. About that much. Put a similar amount of salt. This is table salt, a little bit finer, so it won't look like as much in the cup. That much. And a little bit more pepper in there. So, put a little bit of paprika for color. That's pretty good. A little bit of garlic powder. Got an empty shaker right here. What I'm gonna do is take it, dump the rub into the shaker. We'll use that to blend our rub. Now that we've got that blended, let's get the brisket out and get it ready. A little bit more fat on the cap here than I'd like, so just going to cut some off the corner. We're looking for about 1/4 inch thick at most, really, on this. So just take off a little bit of that right there. So the fat that I'm leaving on here is going to flavor the meat better as it renders. It's going to kind of help keep the meat moist. And you know, some people do put rub on the backside, or not on one side but not on the other, but we're gonna go ahead and put rub on both sides here. Working in with a little bit of olive oil. This is just gonna help bind the rub to the meat. Starting with the meat side, gonna go for a nice even coat. This is brisket, so it can handle a pretty decent amount of this rub. All right, and that's our rub. All right, so we've got our smoker up to temperature 225 degrees. Right now, we are going to do a couple preparations here. First, we're going to run this thermometer, which is going to get our meat temperature up through grill door. Some of the newer Smoky Mountains have an actual gasket for this. Mine does not, so it's just going to go through the fire door right here. Hang that like that. Now, placing the beans on the lower cooking grate.
Gonna soak up all the juice and drippings from this beautiful brisket we're about to put on the grill.
This brisket's gonna go dead center, right over the beans. Place our thermometer right at the thickest part.
And now we wait.
We'll check back on this in a little while. All right, so we kind of got tired of waiting for the smoker. It's getting a little cold outside. Slowed down the cook a little bit, so we decided to transfer the brisket to the oven. It is in there coming up to its final temp, right around 200 degrees, maybe a little bit over. As you can see, the baked beans here, though, they look fantastic. Got a little ahead of myself, mixed them up, because they were just looking so good. But there's a nice dark kind of top on there. A lot of the drippings from the brisket have gotten down in there. Man, let me tell you, they smell incredible. We are really looking forward to enjoying these with the brisket. All right, so as you can see, we're at 200 degrees, sitting here in the oven. And I've got the oven set to about 300. It's a little cool outside tonight, so that's why it was slowing down so much in the smoker. So we're gonna pull it off, check it with a thermopen, and see, just double check, make sure we're right where we need to be. This is the fatty side. We're gonna poke this down in the meat, see what kind of reading we're getting. It's at about 200, 202, 202. That is spot on. That's exactly where we want it. let's move it over to the table and enjoy some brisket. All right, so we got our brisket here. And take a couple slices out of this and see what we're looking like on the inside. Oh man, we got a nice smoke ring right there. It is very tender. This is a little bit thicker piece. Tell you what, this thing is hot. Some people like to let it rest, but I just can't wait any longer. Oh, it is so good. Very good piece of that, hon.
That's good.
Oh, that taste.
I would say for your first time doing brisket, that's pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah. The baked beans are on point.
Yeah, on point indeed.
It really took a lot of work to do those baked beans, let me tell you.
A lot of work.
A lot of work. Thanks, bushes.
The brisket is pretty moist, but I'll say one thing is that time is your friend. The longer it is on, the more bark it'll pick up, the more tender it'll get.
We were a little rushed tonight because actually we started around 7.
Around 7. It's been on for about 4.5 hours, so
and
it's
it's
too
almost midnight right now, which is why we put it in the oven.
So here we are.
It's delicious. Worth the wait. Thanks, Boo. What would you do different?
I would start earlier in the day, let it cruise at 250 for probably 5 to 6 plus hours so that we could hit that 200 to 203-ish target and not feel rushed at the end. Just let it kind of cruise on up there on its own. That being said, even with the rush, as you can see, it is very moist, tender. In terms of pulling it apart, not quite as easy to do as it should be. By the way, I'd like to thank Franklin Barbecue, for his book. Recent gift of mine, and a lot of good guidance in there on cooking the brisket.
Thanks for joining us, guys, and if you like this video, please subscribe. And also, if you're interested in any of our grilling supplies that were in this video, they'll be linked to the description. See you next time.
Are we ready?
Yep.
All right. So if you like this, maybe? Or like this? Like this? Hi there, thanks for checking out the video today. Did that startle you when I said that?
No.
Oh, this is what happened. Step like my words again. Love.
Alright, we gotta get one more thing in this video, which is the fact, well, that we ate that much of it, which is like 80-90% of it, and our dog is drooling everywhere. Thanks, Max.